technical part is working. So we could just take a deep breath and settle in. It's just like the world is just like a big playground, and we're using the toys of the world, and the YouTube and the technical things. And it's fun. We can let everything be used for forgiveness and for awakening. So I feel just a very, very joyful vibe. The playfulness, the lightness. And I keep thinking of the juice once again. And I feel to use that as a lead-in to our session here. Temptation has one lesson it would teach in all its forms, wherever it occurs. It would persuade the Holy Son of God he is a body, born in what must die, unable to escape its frailty, and bound by what it orders him to feel. Temptation has one lesson that it would teach, and it is this, that you are a body, that the Holy Son of God is born in what must die, unable to escape its frailty, bound by what it orders him to feel. I feel a deep determination in me to not buy into this temptation. I don't buy it. Let's not buy it. Because it sets the limits on what he can do. Would you be this if Christ appeared to you in all his glory, asking you but this? Choose once again if you would take your place among the saviors of the world, or would remain in hell and hold your brothers there. Would you be this body if Christ appears to you in all his glory, asking you to choose once again so you can take your place among the saviors of the world? I'm in. I invite you, take your place with me among the saviors of the world. What a job. Shall we have that job? That's our only job. Be the savior of the world. Nice. Then there is nothing else we need to be bothered about. We don't remain in hell anymore, and we don't hold our brothers there. This is not something that's going to happen later. He has come. Christ has come. Christ is asking this in each tiny instant. I thought of it 10 minutes before this session. All I was doing, I was walking between the apartment and the cottage here. And I thought, wow, this instant is as important as any other. I felt so happy. Because Christ came and asked me, do you want to take your part among the saviors of the world? Yes. He doesn't have to finish the question before I say yes. That's what I want. He has come and he is asking this. How do you make the choice? How easily is this explained? You always choose between your weakness and the strength of Christ in you. Okay, you always, in any given instant, you choose between your own weakness or the strength of Christ in you. That's the only choices available. Your own weakness, the ego's weakness, or the body identity's weakness, or the strength of Christ in you. This is a no-brainer. This is, when it gets explained, it's obvious what we want to choose. And we don't even need to know how. We just say yes. Holy Spirit is how. It's the how. Holy Spirit does it for us when we give our minds to it. And he explains, simply by never using weakness to direct your actions, you have given it no power. Simple. Never let weakness direct your actions. Thanks for that explanation, Jesus. And the light of Christ in you is given charge of everything you do, for you have brought your weakness unto him, and he has given you his strength instead. That's beautiful. Just by deciding to not use the weakness, you have invited Spirit to take it away from you. And here he explains more, because sometimes we do experience hardship and trials. We're like, why is this happening again? Why is this happening to me? Why is this going on? Why do they treat me this way? Or whatever the thought is. Here it goes. Trials are but lessons that you failed to learn, presented once again. So where you made a faulty choice before, you now can make a better one. And thus escape all pain that what you chose before has brought to you. In every difficulty, all distress, and each perplexity, Christ calls to you and gently says, my brother, choose again. My brother, choose again. In every hardship, in every difficulty, in every bewilderment, this is offered. Christ calls to you gently and says, my brother, choose again. He would not leave one source of pain unhealed, nor any image left to veil the truth. He would remove all misery from you, whom God created altar unto joy. He would not leave you comfortless, alone in dreams of hell, but would release your mind from everything that hides his face from you. He would release your mind from everything that hides his face from you. That is so beautiful. He would remove everything that is in the way. His holiness is yours because he is the only power that is real in you. His strength is yours because he is the self that God created as his only son. There can be nothing outside of that. So we can still our mind for a moment sufficiently to just open to this idea that Christ is here. Christ is inviting us to drop all dreams of hell. He would remove everything that hides his face from you. Everything. The images you make cannot prevail against what God himself would have you be. Be never fearful of temptation then, but see it as it is, another chance to choose again, and let Christ's strength prevail in every circumstance. That's really beautiful. Learn then the happy habits of response to all temptation, to perceive yourself as weak and miserable with these words. I am as God created me. His son can suffer nothing, and I am his son. That's all. Allow that thought. Allow that true idea to rest in your heart. That's the truth about you. Learn the happy habit of responding to anything with these words. I am as God created me. His son can suffer nothing, and I am his son. I mean, this is just non-duality. It's not that there is a God and then something separate that is his son. No, they are one. The son is one with God, with the Father. There's no separation between the cause and its effect. Yeah, let's just invite the power of God's love right here, right now. I don't think God plays hide and seek with us. Doesn't play. It's for real. And we can allow ourselves to be really curious. What is it like to open up fully to Christ's presence? Yeah, when you learn the happy habit to respond to temptation this way, I am as God created me. His son can suffer nothing, and I am his son. This is how Christ's strength is invited to prevail, replacing all your weakness with the strength that comes from God and that can never fail. This is beautiful. So it's a choice for holiness. And it came to me earlier today how the message is very clear through the Course about your self-hatred. Everything that seemed painful in the world was you giving it your self-hatred. That's all it is. And this we want to release. The old, shabby self-hatred and not put it on the world. Because then a grim world stares back at us and it's not seem good. So instead, we make a choice for holiness And miracles are suddenly as natural as fear and agony was before. For in that choice are false distinctions gone, illusory alternatives are laid by, and nothing is left to interfere with truth. You are as God created you, and so is every living thing you look upon, regardless of the images you see. What you behold as sickness and as pain, as weakness and as suffering and loss, is but temptation to perceive yourself defenseless and in hell. Yield not to this, and you will see all pain in every form, wherever it occurs, but disappear as mists before the sun. Nice image, mists that disappear before the sun. A miracle has come to heal God's Son and close the door upon his dreams of weakness, opening the way to his salvation and release. Choose once again what you would have him be, remembering that every choice you make establishes your own identity as you will see it and believe it is. Deny me not the little gift I ask, when in exchange I lay before your feet the peace of God and power to bring this peace to everyone who wanders in the world uncertain, lonely, and in constant fear. For it is given you to join with him, and through the Christ in you, unveil his eyes and let him look upon the Christ in him. That's no small function and no small gift, to let your brother look upon the Christ in him. It's given you to join with him. Through the Christ in you, unveil his eyes. And there is no effort from ourselves in this. In fact, we just need to relax and step aside and let it be. My brothers in salvation, do not fail to hear my voice and listen to my words. I ask for nothing but your own release. Do not fail to hear my voice, for I ask for nothing but your own release. There is no place for hell within a world whose loveliness can yet be so intense and so inclusive. It is but a step from there to heaven. To your tired eyes, I bring a vision of a different world, so new and clean and fresh. You will you will forget the pain forever, yeah. You will forget the pain and sorrow that you saw before. Yet this a vision is, which you must share with everyone you see, for otherwise you will behold it not. To give this gift is how to make it yours, and God ordained in loving kindness that it be for you. Let us be glad that we can walk the world and find so many chances to perceive another situation where God's gift can once again be recognized as ours. These are my words right now. I feel this way. Let us be glad that we can walk the world this way and find so many chances to perceive differently. As I walked up here too, I walked past the kitchen and I saw this lovely picture of a husband and a wife. Husband was working on a project and the wife was working in the kitchen. and it felt so lovely. It felt such harmony and beauty. So beautiful, a beautiful picture. We can walk the world and find so many chances to perceive another situation where God's gift can once again be recognized as ours. I felt it was God's gift to see the picture of my beloved friends here. It's so beautiful. And thus will all the vestiges of hell, the secret sins and hidden hates be gone, and all the loveliness which stay concealed appear like lawns of heaven to our sight. It's beautiful. So all the dark images, they are just concealing the lawns of heaven. To lift us high above the thorny roads we traveled on before the Christ appeared. Hear me, my brothers, hear and join with me. God has ordained, I cannot call in vain, and in his certainty I rest content. Jesus Christ speaking right here. For you will hear, and you will choose again, and in this choice is everyone made free. I thank you, Father, for these holy ones who are my brothers, as they are your sons. My faith in them is yours. I am as sure that they will come to me as you are sure of what they are and will forever be. They will accept the gift I offer them because you gave it me on their behalf. And as I would but do your holy will, so will they choose. And I give thanks for them. Salvation's song will echo through the world with every choice they make. We are one in purpose, and the end of hell is near. In joyous welcome is my hand outstretched to every brother who would join with me in reaching past temptation, and who looks with fixed determination toward a light that shines beyond in perfect constancy. Give me my own. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. Like Christ calls us continually. Yeah, this idea of choice, choose again, choose once again. If you want to take your part among the saviors of the world, is such an important point, this choice. And actually often we need to realize we need to choose against our ego thinking. That's probably what it feels like the most. It's like, okay, I need to choose against this way of thinking or this way of being even. Maybe we habitually do certain things that are unhelpful. When I was a kid, I actually studied the Bible. Can you imagine? And I felt like I knew the Bible inside out. And I remember one of the teachings in the Bible was, do not give the devil any opportunity. And it just landed so deeply in me. Never give the devil any opportunity, any space in your mind. And it helped me. It's like, yeah, I decided early on to say no to the ego thinking. Not sure how it's translated or what it is in the English Bible, but in Swedish it was, do not give the devil any opportunity. So that's, we choose against ego thoughts, or we choose against what is not real. And then it becomes, easier and easier. Then it becomes more and more like a natural, almost automatic choice. Like you don't need to think so much that you choose against the ego, unless the ego is strong in that moment, as something feels painful. But it becomes so natural to just choose for the truth, and the false is nowhere to be found anymore. So beautiful. I don't have a lot of words. I just feel so good about this. That the truth is true and nothing else is true. And yeah, this line that I was reading, the trials are but lessons that you failed to learn before, that are offered again for forgiveness. That's how you can see anything that feels like a hardship. It's just a lesson that you failed to learn before that is offered once again for you to release. Just to release it and move on. Forgive it and move on. Otherwise, it will keep being presented, I tell you. That's how it goes. Just again, to offer the willingness. And like he says, take your brother's hand. Take your mighty companion's hand and walk together on the self-same road back home. Because in the joining, so much healing happens. I've been living in a spiritual community for, let me think, how many, 20 years. Unless I pass away anytime soon, it's going to be most of my life that I will have lived in spiritual community. And it is very profound to walk together with others, to join together. It doesn't have to be necessarily living together, but to join minds, connect, to share. So profound healing happens. Yeah. Can be like, hold on. If it happened to you, if you found your mighty companions, hold on. Stay around. Yeah. Yeah, does anyone want to share? Bring up something or ask something? Jessica?
Yes, I just felt a little nudge to say something, but today I was just feeling just these subtle, like specialness things that I started noticing, and I was joining with Daniel and Mari and just sharing and I could really feel my heart resonate like, oh, it's specialness. That's what's going on, like with these kind of annoyances and then certain decisions that seemed a little strange of like a push away that are very automatic in the unconscious and just letting that rise up and then yeah, I feel there's like a subtle like I was thinking like an unwinding kind of with it and how it kind of unravels like the more you look at like oh that's what that is and if that's not true then that's not true and that's also not true and then everything's just like that's how the sense I had was like wow I the whole thing is not true and
Yeah.
yeah and this morning I felt I was kind of like a bit shook with this step, not shook, I don't know how to say it. Like I had a bit shaken inwardly, like that I took a certain this step, you know, of taking kind of a stand in this in a relationship and just kind of saying, yeah, and I just it felt it was important for the spirit. Like I could feel the spirit saying yes, but Jessica was going, what am I doing? You know?
Mm.
And right away this morning I just felt the spirit with me just lovingly just so soft just saying you know it's not real like this thing that you feel is there it's not there you can it's okay you know like I could just feel that
Yeah.
pervasiveness yeah
That's
feeling
so beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes I'm reminded of how short the lifetime is, you know. But when we're zoned in to one little sequence of a lifetime, it can seem so serious, you
exactly
know.
yeah
But
yeah
yeah,
yeah
but so that feels so beautiful, that recognition that yeah, you just follow the spirit. While the Jessica character thought it was outrageous, maybe, or wrong even.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah it was just kind of like an inward like really like are you sure about this and I could just really feel the spirit in there like yes yes this is a step you
Mm.
know yeah so
And
yeah
that is so beautiful. And then that's what you just need to stick to. That's your lifeline. That
mm,
spirit, yes. It's like, do not look to the right or to the left. Do not let your mind get into something, you know. Stick to that feeling of spirit is really,
yeah, exactly yes yeah
let thine eye be single. Such a helpful line.
I love that line yes then I be single that's good
Mm.
yeah yeah just clearing away all these like false desires. Like it says in that one lesson of just the floor is carpeted with all these false desires from the trees. You know, that's a lot of desires. It's
Yeah, yeah,
a carpet of desires
yeah. And they're underfoot.
underfoot. Exactly. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
yeah.
Hmm.
And what you were
Yes.
saying there about because the ego's world is complete in its own way, and the spirit's vision is complete in its way, and they never meet. But like you were saying, how, you know, when you chose spirit, everything you saw with the ego before is not there. It's like there is no
Yeah.
option. Yeah.
Yeah. It felt like that, like just like something kind of opened in that. It was like, oh, like the vision sort of clear away or something recedes in
Mm.
awareness, like a mist clearing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you start to get in touch with it people are thoughts, or events in the world are just thoughts, and you're renewing your thoughts, the renewal of your thought system is what's happening. That's why it feels so much lighter when you decide again a specialness thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and just gently letting it wash up, like seeing it and just let it kind of, oh, that's what that is. Okay. And then I can let it go, and it's very effortless in that. And I
Yeah.
feel like more that's discovered with that specialness, like, oh, that was specialness. Then it's like I'm left to be in peace, like I'm more natural, like I can just flow and it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
the specialness really just locks
Yeah.
you up, locks me up. Yeah.
Yeah, because specialness equals guilt. And it's like when a big chunk of guilt is gone, yeah, there is so much more spaciousness.
Yeah, it's this
Being.
very,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I feel yeah, a sense of gratitude for
Mm.
that. Hmm.
That's beautiful. I feel it. It's felt throughout the
Yeah.
universe.
Versus, yay. Yeah,
Yeah.
feels big.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, it's a gift. Lay specialness aside, no matter what form it takes. And I feel it goes so together with being guided. You need to be guided. And sometimes you're blinded when you're in specialness. Like you're not sure because of all the guilt that specialness comes with. So you're blinded from the guidance. That's where mighty companions can be very, very helpful. That's the beauty of this journey, to remove all, right and wrongs and all the beliefs about what is loving and what is not loving. This is a biggie. Laying aside our interpretation of what is loving and what is not loving. This is huge. We have so many concepts about what loving is and what not loving is. We're wrong about it. It's better to say, I don't know what love is. I want you to show me. That's to lay aside our own concept of what everything is. But we can look at especially this about what is loving and what is kind. Say we don't know. We have no idea. We need to be led. We need to be guided. That's how we release ourselves from pain. It's to be in the I don't know state of mind. A very joyful place. Is there anyone else in the Zoom room who would like to bring something up? Helen.
Hi, Jenny. I have a question. I found what you told me yesterday super direct, super helpful. It really brought me like almost against the wall, like there you stop and there you you reconnect. And I had such a massive healing. And today I had a friend of mine who complained about something. And I was like, she just sent me a message, and I was like, wow, what she's saying, I can sense there is something that's really not true. It can't be true. And then I found it for myself, and I found the healing for me, because she's, part of my mind through what she believes, I believe in as well. And after that, I was like, I also have this question, like, and now do I tell her? Do I listen to her when she complains? Do I open my heart and just be with her? Because we need, and so we need. I don't know. There is sometimes a need to complain. There's sometimes a need to just vomit the things and just get the thing out. So are you? I don't know. I don't know really my question. If it's something that sometimes you guided to do, to just be with a person who has to, like. Although you really know it can be possible.
Yeah, I
You
mean, I
get my
trust.
question, I guess. And when you do what you did yesterday.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, I trust the spirit. It's also how much invitation the other person has given you. So with you, I feel a very big invitation, so I can speak to you. If I notice you're in your wrong mind, I feel like I have a full invitation, and I took it. Also because I trust, Jesus says the right use of judgment is how you feel. How do you feel? And when I felt that, what you call vomit, or that, complaining, I felt so disinterested. And I felt like this, I cannot stay in this space and let her do this. This is not helpful for her or for me. So I just cut through and said, no, it's time to take responsibility for your mind. So you can trust how you feel. When you join with this other person and you feel like, oh, they really need to get this out, that's beautiful. There is place for that too. Or if you feel, oh, this is a repeating pattern, this doesn't feel right, I need to, redirect them. So there is no formula, there is no rule. It's just to pray, I'm here only to be truly helpful. And then trust what Spirit leads you to do. Yeah.
Dr. Noram used to say, I let the patient vomit first when they come.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that from him. The letting really first, and then state the truth. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm.
Jenny?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, may I ask you, because the question is coming actually more specifically. When you speak to someone who actually is seeing abuse, I feel the invitation, I feel the person has the strength and the light, but it's kind of, in the world, it's kind of a real big thing, like to turn around and once you told me the sentence, kind of, it's all up to me, or it's all for me, or it's all, to really take like total radical ownership, like, of your mind.
Yeah.
Something that's, in my world, I would say only people really are doing the course on a deep level would go to, and really see, okay, if I created that, what was I believing and thinking? So
Yeah, people will have to go through their healing. It is a very deep journey. And
okay,
these beliefs, the beliefs are can seem very strong until they are questioned. And I mean, it's emotional healing that is needed. I mean, I was myself when I went through facing abuse and then perceiving abuse, I used to like perceive abuse and then I was shocked. So yeah, so it's been emotional healing. It's been like allowing my emotions around these kind of things, around everything, and not avoid anything. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why giving your insights further doesn't help. They have to see and they have to feel. The other person had to see and feel.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever you're called to, if you're called to give them your insight, and that may be very healing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Yeah.
And thank you for being like what you told me yesterday. Good. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, it's good when you have the invitation from someone, you can really speak what comes through, and the healing can be quick. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we finish this satsang with a meditation. And just choose once again. Again, just go within and remember what is real and true. Nothing in this world is real. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. And you're invited to rest in the experience of that. Well, I guess this is a short meditation. Thank you everyone for joining in today. It's lovely to connect. If anyone feels called to donate for the session, it's paypal.me/ACIM love. It's the PayPal link. And we stay connected in the heart. And I love you all. And see you again soon.